Here in Rhinebeck, you really can feel the excitement brewing. Plenty of excitement. It's in the store windows. It's all over the town as it prepares for a wedding of historic proportions. Just hours from now, former first daughter Chelsea Clinton and her longtime boyfriend, Mark Mizvinsky, will tie the knot. CBS News correspondent Elaine Quijano is here this morning in Rhinebeck with the latest. You've been here actually all week, so you've had a really great eye on everything that's happening here, Elaine.
Yeah, and last night, Erica, it was a really big night. The rehearsal dinner and, of course, the rehearsal dinner after party. It took place just down the road here at the historic Beekman Arms Inn. And hundreds of curious onlookers waited for hours behind barricades, hoping to catch a glimpse of the VIPs. Bill and Hillary Clinton waved to reporters and photographers camped out in Rhinebeck, New York. Throughout the evening, Chelsea Clinton's and fiancé Mark Mizvinsky's guests were greeted by traffic and media fanfare.
I'm excited for both of them. I'm actually here for the groom's family.
Settling into area hotels, including the historic Beekman Arms Inn, for a weekend celebration. But before the party, the staff of Boston-based wedding planner Brian Raffanelli screened for party crashers, confirmed guests with IDs and a book of photos, and issued purple wristbands as an added security measure. And guests turned over cell phones and cameras before entering. Partygoers dressed in linen suits, summer dresses, and even a cowboy hat were corralled by clipboard-carrying organizers who loaded guests onto shuttle buses with stealth, campaign-like efficiency. The night's dress code? Country chic. Though we don't know how celebrity guests Oprah or Barbra Streisand interpreted that, at the Rhinebeck department store, owners Dick and Barbara Schreiber explained what that means in these parts.
It's easy. It's pretty. You can dress it up, put pearls on it.
One wedding attendee didn't shy away from the spotlight. The proud father of the bride made a surprise appearance at a downtown restaurant earlier in the day, shaking hands with Rhinebeck residents and sharing his thoughts about his only child's big day.
I feel very blessed. And Hillary feels the same way. We think he's fabulous.
Now, the wedding is set to take place tonight at the historic Astor Courts mansion. It sits on 50 acres nearby here. We talked to one woman who actually lives in the neighborhood just down the road from Astor Courts. She said that she came home yesterday and found a bottle of wine from the aptly named Clinton Vineyards on her porch, along with a note from the wedding planner saying, "Sorry for the inconvenience." Erica?
So sign from the wedding planner, but still not saying who the wedding was for. Elaine, thanks. Joining me now to talk a little bit more about Chelsea's big day and its impact here on the town in the village of Rhinebeck are Jim Langan, who's executive editor of the Hudson Valley News, and Rhinebeck Mayor Jim Reardon. Good to have both of you with us this morning.
Good to be here.
Jim and Jim. So I'll point to me either. Jim Langan, you actually broke the story in the Hudson Valley News, bringing a lot of attention to Rhinebeck. So you got the goods early on. What can you tell us about what's happening today?
Well, today we hope, even though the Clintons haven't officially confirmed it, Chelsea's getting married. I mean, that's the bizarre part of the story, is that part of the speculation that's driving this has been the fact that the Clintons, for some bizarre reason, have been reluctant to confirm even the most basic details up until we're still sitting here, and that's so. But I'm pretty sure she's getting married today. I saw Bill here yesterday.
He was here having lunch. We saw them both outside the Beekman Arms last night. It's been so cloaked in secrecy. How has that had an impact, though, on the town? When you're talking to the townspeople, a lot of them had signed confidentiality agreements.
Oh, and they not only signed them, but they held to them. The owners of the Beekman Arms are friends of mine, and we spent the last 2 or 3 weeks speaking in code. I mean, I know what they know, but couldn't get it out of them. And as recently as 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, I was with Mr. Banda, who owns the hotel, and
ironclad.
It was like, yeah, I mean, whatever the Clintons said to him had some legs.
Everyone's taking it to heart. I was told actually everyone has been lovely at the hotel this week, but that they you can tell, almost don't even want to look at a reporter because of what they've signed. Mayor Reardon, this is great for the town in terms of recognition. You thrive on tourism. It's so important to your economy, but it's been very difficult for you logistically. Were you contacted in advance at all?
Not at all. 2 weeks ago, out of frustration, I decided to be proactive, and I reached out to the Secret Service in Albany. I was bounced from there to the Secret Service down in Westchester, and I was bounced from there to the Clintons organization, and still received no official confirmation. But I think that initiated a process, and within 24 hours the Secret Service and the state police were talking, and then I started to be provided with a few more details of what was going on.
So even the mayor of the town, they're not even talking to you. They've offered these bottles of wine to local neighbors by where they're getting married. Has anything come through to your office? Hey, we're going to help you pay for the extra security, the extra hours for the police force?
I've had no correspondence whatsoever.
Do you expect any?
At this point, I think it's safe to say no.
What's your biggest concern?
My biggest concern all along has been the safety and the welfare of the community, and this is a very high-profile event, and my prediction came true last night. We had an extreme amount of people here in the downtown, and just the safety concerns surrounding that. So the state police have been great to work with. Our local police force, and they and the Dutchess County Sheriff's Office have coordinated all of the traffic flow patterns and emergency response procedures, and it all came off without a hitch.
Everything's going off without a hitch. We hope the wedding comes off without a hitch. Any other details we know about what's happening today, Jim, what guests may be doing?
Well, I know they're closing off River Road, and I know that the residents who live adjacent to the wedding site have all been vetted by the Secret Service and been given a bottle of Clinton Vineyards wine as a thank you for putting up with the hassle.
And lastly, very quickly, is there going to be any sort of a hangover in town after this is all over?
Maybe just mine.
I think there'll be a collective sigh of relief. We're not used to this type of attention, and it's been pretty hectic for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, seems to be handling it well. We're probably ready for a break. Jim Reardon, Jim Lang, great to have both of you with us. Best of luck with the rest of the weekend.
Thank you.